So right now, currently, it's the international break, and obviously, as you know, there is no club football, which means content is dry, as no one really watches the international break, no one really cares about the international break. So because of that, we're going to be talking about a certain nation. We're going to be talking about England. Why not? Because the Euros are coming up in 3-4 months, and their fans are getting giddy, as always. They're all getting giddy, or will probably start getting giddy in the coming months, that they can win the championship. They could go on a run. They could win the championship. They could win the Euros. They have Foden coming through, Saka coming through, Bellingham shining at Real Madrid. They have all it takes to win the championship. They found their missing piece. But let me tell you that England won't do shit in the Euros. They are not going to win the championship. And I'm going to go through it in this video why I think England cannot win the championship. And the main reason why I believe England cannot win the championship is one man, Gareth Southgate. He is not good enough to lead England to the championship. Don't get me wrong, I think England have a very, very talented team. That team, if you look at it on paper, and even if you look at their bench, it is spectacular. It is filled with talent. Talent everywhere you look. Every position in the England team, except maybe the goalkeeper, you have two quality players ready to come in and fill the role. So they have all it takes. So England clearly have the squad to win the championship. They have talented players. The reason why they won't is Southgate. Because Southgate is not good enough to lead this team to a championship. Because let me be real, giving Southgate this England team is like him getting a Ferrari, but him treating it like a Fiat. That's exactly what it is. This England team is a Ferrari. Southgate is a Fiat. That's literally what's going on over here. And let me break down the reasons why I think England can't win it. First of all, favoritism. Southgate is a manager that goes a lot on favoritism. He chooses players that have worked for him in the past and just keeps on playing them and keeps on calling them up. Even though they're not playing well in the league, even though their club level form is just terrible. For example, obviously the main one, Jordan Henderson. Why is he in the England team? Why is Jordan Henderson in the England team? What has this man done to get himself a role into the England team ahead of players like James Ward-Prowse? What has he done, Jordan Henderson? Even when he was in Saudi Arabia, he was still getting called up, Jordan Henderson. Alright, this man's in Saudi Arabia. He's playing for like a mid-table team in Saudi Arabia, Al-Ettifaq or whatever it's called. Literally, I've never heard of that team in my life before Jordan Henderson moved there. And this guy's getting called up for England. And he does nothing. He literally does nothing. He's just a passion merchant. And still, again, favoritism, Southgate's calling him up. And that too as well, he plays him. He plays him in the starting 11. Ahead of players like Madison, ahead of players like Kobe Mainu. These kind of players are being left out of the team because they need a spot for Henderson. Because again, favoritism. And again, Henderson does nothing in the team. Just runs around and is a passion merchant. That's all he is. Well, you have Madison, a quality player who could create so many chances for a team, just sat on the bench. And one thing I've noticed as well, Madison for some reason never plays for England. Why does Madison never play for England? He always gets called up he always gets called up, but he never plays. He just sat on the bench. What is going on? Why does Madison never play for England? He just always sat on the bench. Always. Then obviously you have Harry Maguire. Why is this guy in the England team as well? Why is this guy getting picked over Tomori? Why is Tomori never in the England squad? Tomori is one of England's best defenders alongside John Stones. He is one of the best defenders in Italy with AC Milan. For some reason with England, he can never get called up. Tomori can never get called up, but you have room for Harry Maguire, the donkey, who doesn't even play for Man United, and he's shit. You have room for him though. Okay, it's clear favoritism. Harry Maguire should be nowhere near that England team. He doesn't start for United. He's terrible for United. Yes, he's having a decent season, but still, he's a terrible defender. He's an absolute calamity, and he shouldn't be starting. And Tomori, who's one of England's best defenders, is not even in the team, not even getting called up for friendlies. And I guarantee he won't even be in the squad for the Euros. Tomori has to be in that England team. But again, because of favoritism, Southgate chooses Maguire over Tomori. Then you have Marcus Rashford. Why is he in the England team? Why is he in the England team? Again, favoritism. Yes, there's injuries going on, but Marcus Rashford should be nowhere near that England team. He has been terrible for United this season. Rashford this season looks like he can't be bothered at all. Rashford this season just looks like he doesn't care about football at all. He just wants to be in the nightclub and feeding kids. That's all he wants to be doing. He does not care about football at all this season. He's backing out of 50-50s. He doesn't track back for his team. He doesn't help out with his team. He just runs in straight lines, just shoots at first sight. There's literally nothing about Marcus Rashford that makes him want to be in the England team. He's done nothing this season. He's been absolutely useless this season. His GAs literally shows for himself that he's been terrible. And if you actually watch United play, if you actually watch Rashford play, the way he plays is just painful to watch. Literally. And he's in the England team. He should be nowhere near that England team. Number 2, Southgate is not a big game manager. We've seen it so many times with England that he is not a big game manager. This is the record I found, by the way, on the internet, right? That out of the 25 big games Southgate's played against the top 10 nations in the world, he's only won 4 out of the 25 he's played. That's embarrassing. That alone is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. He's only won 4 out of the 25 he's played against the top 10 nations in the world. And we've seen it in the big tournaments all the time. Every time England are in a major tournament, every time they play a good team, a top 10 team, they always lose. They always lose. We've seen it in 2018 World Cup. They had an easy group until they faced Belgium in the third game. Okay, they lost. Cool. But they still made it through the group. They went all the way to the semi-finals, facing Colombia in the round of 16, which they just barely got by through penalties. Sweden, a team that they were expected to beat. And then when they finally faced a good team in the knockouts, Croatia, guess what? They lost. And that too, I remember that game as well. It was because Croatia, they changed their tactics in the second half, and Southgate just couldn't reply to it. He didn't know what to do, and Croatia won the game. The Euros, England again, given an easy group. They faced a poor Germany team, a poor lethargic Germany team in the round of 16. They beat them. They were expected to beat them because that Germany team was absolute crap. So they won. All right, cool. They faced Ukraine, a team that they were expected to beat. Denmark, a team that they're expected to beat. And then when they got to the final, when they actually faced a good team, Italy, guess what happened? They lost. And that too, after going 1-0 up after 3 minutes, and then decided to park the bus at home, at Wembley, against Italy in a final. The World Cup 2022, again, easy group. They had Senegal, a team that they're expected to beat in the round of 16, beat them. And then when they played France, guess what happened? They lost. Southgate is not a big manager that could get her over the line. We've seen it in the major tournaments, clearly. Not just that as well, I feel like he's been very lucky to even be in the England job because England in the major tournaments have gone on a very, very lucky run to like the semi-finals, to the finals or whatever. They've gone on a very lucky run getting teams that they're expected to beat. And when they finally face good opposition, it's over. Lastly, why I think England will not win the Euros is because that team does not have winners. Yes, they have very talented players, but they don't have winners. First of all, let's go to the manager as well. Southgate, he is not a winner. He's never won anything as a player, and he's not won anything as a manager. The only job in management were Middlesbrough, where he finished mid-table, and then he got him relegated. The England under-21 job, which no one gives a shit about. And then the England job, where he's won nothing as well. So Southgate's not a winner. So obviously, he doesn't have a winning mentality that he could translate into the team. All right, cool. What about the players? The players, most of them, they haven't won anything in their career. Declan Rice has only won like 1 trophy. Harry Kane's won nothing. Maguire's won nothing. Luke Shaw's won nothing. Jude Bellingham's won nothing. Saka's won nothing. Foden's young still. So a lot of those players, they haven't won anything in their career. The only serial winners in that England team are maybe Kyle Walker and John Stones. That's it. So you only have 2 players in that England team that have a winning mentality. The rest haven't really won anything in their career. They won very little to no trophies in their career. And that again stems down to it. That in the big moments, they don't know how to get it over the line. They don't have that winning mentality. We've seen it in the World Cup against France. In the big moment, Harry Kane missing the penalty at the end, and they couldn't get it done over France. And if you look at the other teams in the competition, they all have a winning mentality. France have a winning mentality. Most of that France squad, they know what it's like to win. They've won the World Cup. Portugal, they have Cristiano Ronaldo, a serial winner. He's going to be crucial for the mentality. Some of those players as well in the Portugal squad were there when they won the Euros. Most of them as well are serial winners in club level as well. Same with the France squad. With England, there's like very, very little players who are serial winners. Only the Man City players, that's it. They're the only ones who have actually won trophies. The rest of them, they've probably won like little to no trophies. And that is what it will stem down to. They don't know what it's like to get it over the line. And I think that will cost them. The manager doesn't know how to do it, and the players don't know how to do it either. And I think that will eventually cost them. If you look at all the other big nations in the past that have won trophies, you look at 2010 Spain, 2006 Italy, Germany, a lot of those players in the squad all were serial winners. They've all won big trophies, and they know what it's like to win, and they're experienced in winning trophies, and they were able to bring that mentality into the national team to help the national team thrive as well. With England, they don't have that. So that's a wrap for this video. That's just my thoughts on England and their chances of winning the Euros. I decided to make this video a bit earlier than the Euros competition starts because I knew a lot of England fans, as they probably get way too excited before the tournament starts. So I decided to make this video just to kind of give them a reality check before they start getting giddy again. But I guess that's inevitable. I think they will get giddy again. But this is just my thoughts on England, my thoughts on what will happen in the tournament with England. What do you guys think as well? Did you guys like the video? Did you guys think that England can do something in the Euros? Do you guys think England can win the Euros? Or do you guys think the same with me, that Southgate is the problem with England? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.